if you're not doing so great, I'm answering on your behalf with faith that you're doing great. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's the voice of Buki Femi Ajala, and she has just told us how her yesterday went, and of course, the events that took her to Ibadan. And thank God you're back home safe and sound. So hopefully we get to have Ibn Abu join us pretty much soon on the program, her lens this morning. Now, for you to be a part of the program, feel free to dial the number 07000 917 917. You can also dial the number 08 091 09155 or do want to send us WhatsApp messages to 07031756537 or 08155 Those are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning on the program Highlands. We'd definitely love to hear from you. All right, so first of all, let's look at this particular this this link that has been trending, and it got a lot of reaction because it had to do with a man who came out. I think it was a podcast or an interview. I'm not sure, but he was lamenting how when their wives give birth, attention is not given to the men at all. So it's more like everybody's asking, "Oh, how is your wife? How is the baby?" Nobody's asking how is the man or how is the husband doing. So so a lot of people will come around and say, "Oh, okay, let's make pepper soup for the woman. Let's do this one for her. Let's make sure she's taken care of. Let's do this later." But it's like for him, nobody even asks him, "Guy, are you fine? Are you okay? What would you want to have?" And he also went on to mention how um, during the pregnancy, he's there and trying to help and all of that. And even during, childbirth, he was not able to sleep. When the child came, he has not been able to sleep, and all of that. And, a particular influencer on social media, Maraji, came out to react to that. And from her own reactions, from her side, we could see that she's saying, "Okay, why are you whining more than the person that gave birth? This woman gave birth, for crying out loud. She carried the pregnancy all through 9 months. You don't know what that feels like all through the 9 months. All you had to do was to support her, because all of the feelings, all of the sleepless nights, all of the health issues that she had to go through, you didn't go through any of it. It's her that went through it. So if people decide to give her the attention, or if her family members decide to give her all the attention, they are not actually wrong to do so. So you, as the husband, is supposed to give all the support that you should give at that moment. During childbirth, she's the one that probably goes through the tear. She's the one that goes through the CS, if it has to be CS, the natural birth, the pains that come with it. Postpartum, uncle, she's the one that goes through all of it. So pardon people when they want to concentrate on the woman and not even ask you. But even at that, if you are supposed to even join the people and also make sure that your wife is okay and all of that. But a lot of people have also come out to say, well, the well-being of the man also matters, because he also gives himself, whether we like it or not. For the men who are responsible, they give themselves, they give their time, they give their energy, they give their resources and all of it. It got to a point where the man was saying that when he's being sent to the market, or he has to go and get something for the wife, and somebody is already calling Maxim, what are you still doing there? Would you not come back? There are so many things to do. So it's like he has now turned to the errand boy and all of. So there are just a lot of things. Well, some people are saying, some other people came out to say, well, yes, men actually go through a lot. And just before I came on this program, on her lens this morning, I think I saw a post of a man who narrated what he went through, that when his wife gave birth, he was practically crying. He cried not because of, I can't remember exactly how he put it, but not because of, the childbirth, but because of the psychological and the emotional, stress that he was going through for those period, and they had no help. So it was just him and the wife and the newborn, and then he had to also go to work. So all of that was just compounding, and he just felt a certain way that he started crying, and he was now saying that at the end of the day that that if something now happens, now they have to separate with the wife, that he will fight for the custody of that child, because as far as he's concerned, he shared in the emotional pain and every part of it while they were giving birth to that child, that he will fight to keep his child because he also went through it. So I just want to discuss, is it that when it comes to childbirth, do we to an extent relegate the men? We don't give them the appropriate attention they also need, or do you think that sometimes maybe the men are just maybe complaining because the wife gets a lot of the attention, or the woman gets a lot of the attention? And then I also listened to a couple who reacted to the same story, and the lady made a point there which I think is quite valid. She said, for women, there's a community of women that come around this woman who understand what this woman has gone through, who understand, pregnancy, childbirth, and all what she has gone through. And they are there to support her, to make sure that, okay, she needs pepper soup at this time. No, she needs warm water at this time. Oh, no, the baby needs to have his or her bath by this time. Even if they don't have the community, the mother is there, and maybe other relations that will come around to make sure that this woman is okay. But how about the man himself? Have men been able to form that kind of community that when one of them gives birth, they're able to come around and also tell the man, oh, well done, no, what do you need at this moment? I think you should rest at this point. This is what you should do. So men need to probably come around and form that kind of community. And, probably we'll see things begin to change. But hey, Buki, let's hear your thoughts on this. What's your, how do you see this? Do you think that we are probably not giving men the necessary attention they need? Because now, even on Facebook or anywhere you go to, you see, oh, mother, child, and then even if his father is making the post, you see mother, child, and father are doing fine. So they just try to, insert themselves into the equation. So, do you think we're doing this the wrong way? Do we need to change our mindset? Do we need to change our orientation? Because, I mean, Buki, there are men who are actually responsible, and there are men who are taking up the tax by all means, to show up and be there. So, for such men, Buki, are we going overboard with this, or we actually need to give them the attention they deserve?
Okay, so these are my own thoughts. And I think the reason why men, well, this particular man, I haven't had, that level of men. I mean, a lot of men talking and all that. Maybe because they don't want to talk. Maybe this man has actually opened up the space for them to talk. But
Mhm.
I look at it from the angle of the fact that men are not we're not really concentrating more on men because the society is patriarchal and they feel the man is very strong. The man is very strong, and at that particular time when the wife is pregnant, and of course the heat of it during pregnancy, because that's why they greet woman in my own language, one year warm, because the woman went through pain, so it could lead to the death of the mother, you know, even the death of the baby, or even both, at times, So they greet the woman in such a way that, in fact, even the father to that, come, on, just thank God, when the baby arrives safe and sound, and then the mother too, I mean, she's healthy, she's okay, so they agree because it's a painful process, anything can happen, so much emphasis is on that, because what the man goes through, let's face the brutal fact, what the man goes through, he has not gone through the process of pushing. He doesn't even understand the labor pain. He doesn't even understand it. He doesn't even understand the first trimester. He doesn't understand, hormonal balances. He does not even understand, heartburn. He doesn't understand all that. You are only describing, and he can't feel it. You understand? So the only time he probably goes through that stress is probably when they now say, okay, oh, go and buy this, go and buy that. He has to go and do this, he has to go and do that, and then probably some of them will say, the blood, or you have to go and donate blood, and then of course when he has to put down money, that's a stressful, moment, because this one now he has to put down money. And then for those who, well, depending on the hospital, some of them actually will allow the men, to come into the labor ward, for some, and some they will probably put it in the glass and then you can see, such men are the ones that actually go through the trauma, because when they see the blood, when they see all kinds of things happening, how they are telling the wife to push, and all that. Some will be praying, all kinds of things that happen, all kinds of drama happening in the labor ward and all that. Yeah, so but they believe that the men are strong. But fine, yes, we do understand that not all men are strong, particularly for those who really, really love their wives, and who understand that this woman went through this pain because of me. It's not just because the woman wants to have a child, but the woman actually did this for my legacy. Because at the end of the day, the child will come out. Orúkọ ta ló máa jẹ́? Is the Uruko Baba now. You understand? And then,
yeah.
and then you are proud to say, oh, I'm a daddy, when you are happy. So you need to look at it from that angle to shift the side, that this woman actually went through this for me. So now that you are speaking up, yeah, it's good to speak up. I mean, women also have started speaking up. Yeah. So we understand where you're coming from. And truly, truly, some men go through that trauma, even when they ask them to go and buy this, go and buy that, go and buy that. Some men do not actually sleep. That's the truth. You understand? And particularly when the labor is on, you will see men. I mean, they can't hold it. Some will even burst into tears. Some, some will be praying.
I think some that are painted.
I'm telling you, exactly, because when they understand that, what is this? And then some of them, the fear that, hey, let this woman come back. I mean, let my child also come. You understand, and all that. So it's a whole lot going. But I also know, maybe from my own perspective, I also know that at such times, the men do have support. The men do have support. Maybe in his own whatever way. I mean, at least from what I have seen, men do have support. Because once they know that your wife is in labor, one or two of your friends, apart from the fact that they also gather together and they drink and whatever, they celebrate on their own, one or two of them actually come in, to support, because they know it's a trying period. And then some of them actually begin to call, and then some of them actually begin to pray. And for those who are in the church environment, that they are close to people, that is the time that people, they might not be there physically, but a lot of things are happening in the spiritual realm, standing in the gap that nothing will happen. So they do have their support. Maybe the man is saying we need more, then they need to begin to tell us exactly what they want. Is it somebody to stand there? Is it somebody to help them run the errands, and all that. So they need to be clear on that. But I mean, I don't agree that they don't nobody looks out for them. They do look out for them, except maybe they want more. But at that period, the emphasis is on the woman and the child. Honestly, it's on the child. I mean, the father, so when you say you chest it, you are strong, and so at that time the focus is on the woman and on the child. Thank you.
Thank you to Buki for giving us all of this. And yes, a lot of the comments that we have been saying there, like, okay, it's a lot of the attention is given to or focus should be on the wife and the child. Okay, except if you want to shift. Some people do to ask you, okay, Oga you to come outside and take pepper soup. Oga you to should I put hot water for you to have your bath? Okay, Oga. But at the end of the day, he's like Buki mentioned, maybe he's just opening up a space for men to actually say what they really do feel when it comes to childbirth, for the family. All right, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7. Remember, we're on YouTube, so please go ahead, watch us to also share the links. Okay. All right. So this is about 23 minutes after 9 on this side of the radio. And yes, the very delectable Ibinabo is with us. Good morning, Ibinabo. Then go ahead and let us know your thoughts on this particular issue that we're talking about this morning before going to break.
Okay, thank you, Rose. Good morning, Rose. Good morning, Buki FA. Good morning to all our valued listeners. It's great to be here. On this matter, Buki, I met Buki saying a lot, and I just want to add that I'm not about to discountenance his efforts, nor to abash him. But no matter how minuscule, for example, his effort, the man's efforts, I mean, I'm not going to, discountenance it, but for him to bring himself sitting at the table of comparison is the problem.
Mm.
Comparing your 48 hours lack of sleep because you were attending to your wife or you were doing something, you want to compare it with your wife's pregnancy journey, that is quite immature as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you are quick to judge. Because you see, pregnancy progresses precept by precept through the trimester. Now, a woman carries a baby in her tummy for 40 weeks. That's 280 days, plus or minus. Do you understand? And now, about 48 hours, no sleep. And, do you even understand the discomfort of the first trimester? The early fetal formation period, like for me, hey, if somebody tell me say I get belly, I know say I don't get belly. Because as soon as the thing hook like this, I go see say that ginger me, they did there again. What is going on? That's when I would, without going for a test, I'm already guessing I'm pregnant. Because everything will change. That first trimester, forget it. So, and you know that around the 16th to 20th week, baby go begin they move. Imagine you as a person, you are seated and something is doing boo, boo, boo in your stomach. And then you begin to have this back pain and all of that. And, it's not a competition. The thing there is that it's not a competition because you cannot compare a woman's body. The difficult, especially when she's getting close to when she will put to bed, the difficulty in sleeping, the frequent urination. I mean, she's always urinating, rather. She's always urinating frequently. Sometimes she will have this occasional contraction. She's not ready to give birth yet, too. But she doesn't complain. When maybe because that man's wife wasn't the type that would always drag him into it each time she's having any funny discomfort or anything that is discomforting, because she went through it all by herself. She didn't stress him. She didn't force him. Like, look, I know of some women, when they get to a certain stage of their pregnancy, they begin to create wahala because it's like, look at you, you're watching TV. I'm here, my back is in. She didn't put him through that. So, because you can never, as a man, have a practical reality of labor. You can only imagine it. So, but like Buki said, if you are trying to call attention to, I mean, we serve day here now, we did that this. When give us small pap now, it's okay. I'll make it a point that you're taking to the social media. He judged himself. How did he judge himself? He said, they are offering the woman pap, offering her pepper soup, offering her things that are liquid meals to make a breast, to prepare a breast for breastfeeding. So why are you complaining? Are they going to give you pap and pepper soup to prepare your breast for breastfeeding or what? Are you lactating? So you see, it should be with pride. What I had expected from a man like that is to come out and talk about his own experience as a husband while his wife was in labor, and even when she put to bed, how he was supportive to encourage other men who always run. I know some men, they will run away. They will run away and go there, they'll keep calling, how far? Because they are too scared to even stay. Understand? So for I give him thumbs up, but for you to now come to the comparison table, you and your wife vis-a-vis, like the woman said, I mean, you are beginning to downplay on the rigors of gestation period, and different pregnancies with different stories.
Yeah.
I used to know a lady, and I was equally a young mother then. I don't think I've had the number of children I have now, and she had a baby, a woman I know. In fact, she used to be a model. Now she had a baby, and there were complications. By the time he saw her, you know what they call when your knees are knocking? This woman with straight legs. One of the knees was knocking the other. What happened to you? Why are you walking like? Why are your legs like this? He said, yeah, because they said the baby was mostly on her pelvic, on that part of her pelvic. So by the time she had her baby, she spent weeks in the hospital, and they had to even take her to the orthopedic hospital because it affected her bones and all of that. And I asked, are you going to compare 48 hours of no sleep to that? That woman went about with knock knees for some time. She was going to the hospital for some time. In fact, I was surprised when she had her second baby. I said, Mama, you get mine. But the second baby wasn't like that. You understand? Because
Yeah.
she was now very cautious. Each time she was feeling pain in one particular leg, she run to the hospital. You understand? And like that. So, you see, I feel that the client doesn't understand what a gestation period is. He's only, skimming the surface and applying his understanding to that. And when your knowledge is not deep in a certain situation, it's not good to just begin to. You are nagging. As a man, you are nagging. Yes, good husbands should be acknowledged. Good husbands should be praised, because it's not every man that will do that. I remember when I was going to put to bed a particular baby of mine.
All right, Sabina, but let's quickly, put your thoughts on hold for a bit. And when we come back, you will give us the story of this, when you're about to put to bed. So this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7. It's 29 minutes to 10 on the side of the radio. Feel free to send in your WhatsApp messages. We'll definitely love to hear from you this morning. All right, let's go ahead. And anyway, just stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Women Radio 91.7. Something big is coming with Better Play. Get ready to turn 500 naira into a 200,000 naira daily jackpot. Yes, you heard me right. 200,000 naira every single day. The more tickets you grab, the higher your chances of winning. Stay tuned, because this is the game changer you've been waiting for, coming to you on Women Radio 91.7 FM. Are you ready to play and win big?
See, everybody with him own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that! My peak breakfast, with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with a peak breakfast. Have you had your peak? Reach for your peak.
My people, something big don't land, and a money rain dey fall. Better play, better chance. 200k fit enter your hand if you try your luck. Oh, better play, better chance.
Now 3 times every day, them they call winners for radio. Yes, now with just 500 naira, you fit win up to 200,000 naira every single day. Just join the Better Play lottery now and listen for your name for radio. 10 a.m., 2 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Better play, no dull yourself. Go get your ticket. Sharp. Buy am for www.betterplay.ng or just dial *347 *154 #. You want boost your chance? Buy reach 20 tickets if you want win.
Follow us for Facebook at Better Play and Instagram at Better Play NG to get correct updates. Now your turn to chop this money, oh.
Better play, better chance. You fit be the next lucky banger. Only people wey don reach 18 years fit play. Play responsibly.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Diola.
I just want to say that I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Hello, Daddy. I just want to say again that I love you and I like that we look alike. Hello, Auntie.
Hi, Diola.
How are you?
I'm fine.
How's family? I hope everyone is good. My regards to everyone.
I will, my dear.
Whoa. Diola, this is the third time you're calling me. How much airtime do you need?
Airtime care. When I have Glow Talk Master, I'm basically getting 6 minutes free talk time for every 6 minutes call I make every day, plus 50 MB data bonus. And for new customers like me, I get additional 25 minutes talk time and 1 gigabyte data welcome bonus. That's why I only make calls with my Glow line now.
Enjoy free 6 minutes plus 50 MB data on every 6 minutes call you make in a day on Glow Talk Master, and enjoy a one-time 2,000 Naira welcome bonus. That's a 25 minutes talk time and 1 gigabyte worth of data. Get your Glow line and dial *606# to enjoy. Terms and conditions apply.
Glow Unlimited.
When I wake up in the morning, I need something to help me start my day. Pick 4, 5, 6 has DHA. It helps my brain to grow. It helps me to be smart. Oh, my own milk, oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk, oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk, oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk, oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah.
Jama'a, wani abu babba ya sauka kuma ana zubar da kuɗi kamar ruwa.
Hakika, da naira 500 kawai zaka iya cin nasarar har naira 200,000 a rana. Shiga Beta Play yanzu kuma saurari sunanka kai tsaye a rediyo da karfe 10 na safe, karfe 2 na rana da karfe 6 na yamma.
Sai tikitinka a www.betaplay.ng ko danna *347*154#. Kana son karin dama? Zaka iya sayan tikiti har 20.
Ka biyo mu a Facebook @BetaPlay da Instagram @betaplay.ng don sabbin bayani. Lokacinka ne ka ci wannan kuɗin. Betaplay na buɗe ne kawai ga masu shekaru 18 da sama. Yi wasa cikin hankali.
Lunch vibes. Every music note counts, aligning with lyrics and rhythm. Words soothing to the ears, voices and melodies with the best vibes ever. That is Lunch Vibes on Women Radio WFM 91.7.
I blow your candle light. You know I'm just that type. No, them no fit kill my.
Sell your market on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Are you a member of our Women Radio network? Are you a trader? Do you own a business? Do you want to increase your sales? I have good news for you. To sell your market free at no charge every Tuesday, 11:30 a.m. on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Call 07000 917 917 or 9155 917 917 or 800 1235 917. Sell your market and connect with customers far and wide for free. This is only for Women Radio Network members. Follow us on social media, Facebook, X, and YouTube at WFM 917.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
I don't wanna wait for nobody.
Keep it locked.
I should have bought you flowers.
Turn your radio up.
We are WFM 91.7.
All right, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and this is still the program Highlands right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. All right, so do what to dial the numbers 07000 917 917. Go ahead and let us get to hear from you through WhatsApp message on 070 317 All right, Binabo, let's hear from you. Help us wrap up your thoughts on that. Mrs. Oboli drew my attention to something this morning, and I would like us to talk about it. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So I was just about to tell us when I was that labor was quite long story, but he was all over the place, scared. In fact, the nurses were making fun of him. I heard about that later, and it was with a friend. And this friend supported by praying and encouraging him and all of that. So,
all right. Sorry, Binabo, we have a call. Let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, ladies.
Hi, Mrs. Oboli, good morning.
I'm fine, no. Madam Ibina, but sorry I cut your story. Oh. We would love to hear it when I'm done. Good morning. I hope everybody is listening. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
All right, ma'am. I don't understand what this guy was trying to say, but I think he blew it way out of proportion. The question now is, are we dragging or sharing spotlights? Because I don't really understand. When a woman gives birth, it's her moment. It's kind of the man's moment, but then all these things that the lady has gone through, at least, no follow and drag space now. What will they drag? I understand the part is coming from, but honestly, he just went overboard with it. It's nothing to whine or fret about. In Western climes, I think they give them paternity leave. Okay? But here in Nigeria, we only know of maternity leave. I don't know if they have started giving paternity leave now. So maybe when they start pushing for paternity, 2 weeks ahead, do my own big. Very soon when they pray to make their own self, make it become equal with woman own. At the minute they calm down. He made valid points, but he used his hand to scatter he used his leg to scatter what his hand has arranged by going overboard. I know some men, they are like, not all men anyway. Some men just stand by their wives and do the needful. We commend them. It's a collective effort, you understand. Due diligence should also be rendered to them. But not this way that we are this. Are you trying to downplay what the woman goes through? I don't really understand. Sometimes you just want to push some narratives on social media to chase impression, to farm clout or something. The ladies have spoken this morning, but I'm just saying that these people are trying to bring a state of balancing. They should do it holistically, not go overboard with it. Now, we are not even seeing the sense it's making because we pushed it too far. I commend my man. Society does not need to commend my own man before I commend him. You understand? They see what he does. You know what your own man does. You understand? Not also come to social media and come and start blowing things out of proportion. If you want to give go pepper soup, make them make for you too. I beg you now. Good morning, Jai.
Good morning, Mrs. Ovoli. Thank you very much for calling. All right, Ibinabo, let's say your concluding thoughts.
Okay, so it's not much. I'm just saying my husband did the same. He wasn't sleeping. In fact, he was nervous all over the place. He was always, that kind of a thing. So
yeah,
I didn't hear him complain, and he was always, in fact, he was the one looking out for me more than every other person. So if he had come to the social media to say this, I would even still be disappointed. Not to talk of a man who is competing a bowl of pap with his wife, competing a bowl of pepper soup with his wife. I mean, it's not right. I mean, you just, like Mr. Boli said, you don't do well, or you can't take your whatever it is you use. You use your leg, I mean, you use your elbow to scatter everything where you don't put together. You see, I was asking the internet. I said, let's talk about paternity mortality rate. There's nothing on the internet about that. You can only talk about maternal mortality.
Yes.
In a country like Nigeria accounts for a significant portion of global maternal deaths, from what I was able to gather. According to the statistics, a Nigerian woman has 1 in 25 lifetime risk of dying from pregnancy-related complications. They didn't tell us the risk that a man would, die from if his wife is pregnant. So please, don't. There are times you want to shake the table. Be mindful of how you shake the table because it will come back to you. He has not done well at all. I would have him to come out and encourage other men to always be there for their wives and everything. And sometimes even go to your wife if she's taking part. Let's say, let me have a taste. Never give me some. That kind of a thing. Bring some humor out of it. Not to go about nagging about it. Very soon they'll say, "Now women they nag. This man they nag. They nag." And I'm disappointed. But I still would commend him for the 48 hours sleepless nights. I mean, that was commendable, but though you don't go about blowing your own trumpet, let us blow it for you. Let your wife blow it for you. Let your wife come out and tell us, my husband was there, he did not sleep, he was this and that. That would have been more beautiful, more honorable than what he has done. He has only come out to discountenance himself and not we doing that to him. So please, it's nothing like paternal mortality rate in Nigeria yet. So since it is maternal mortality rate,
all right.
Grateful that your wife went through the gestation period and she put to bed safe. She's fine. She can drink pepper soup. She can take pap. Some people go stay for hospital. They don't go fit chop anything, and the husband will keep spending money. So your case was a super case, a case that is worthy of testimony. So please, let's learn to be grateful for what God has done for us. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ibinabo. And she ends it saying, let's be grateful for what God has done for us. Well, not only Nigeria, when I check the whole world, Steph, you will not say anything like maternal mortality rates. There's nothing like that. You would only see for maternal mortality rate. So let's just work together to make sure that mother, child are fine and the father at the end of the day is fine. All right, so this is your woman radio WFM 91.7. So just this morning, Mrs. Oboli got to me, and I just want to also talk about it and maybe also hear from our listeners what the next action should be like. Should be. So if we're not able to exhaust it today, maybe tomorrow morning we can pick it up from there. Now, she got in touch with me this morning telling me about a 15-year-old girl who they found to be staying in an uncompleted building opposite where she stays. So apparently the landlord found the girl. The landlord children, Mrs. Oboli's landlord's children saw somebody was living in the uncompleted building opposite their house, and they told the landlord about it. So the landlord went to check went to check out, and then he noticed that this 15-year-old girl was staying in that uncompleted building, and he tried to understand, what are you doing here? Where are your who do you live with? Why are you here? And the young lady, explained herself to him. She said her grandmother threw her out of the house. Her grandmother said she didn't want anything to do with her. Her parents are separated. The father has gone ahead to marry somebody else. And I think the mother too, she doesn't even know where the mother is, but the mother kept her with the grandmom. Now, the grandmom now has been maltreating her for a very long time. And, so because neighbors got involved and all of that, the case got to the police station. And so the grandmother at some point got angry that the young lady was reporting her to people around. So she drove her out of the place. And not knowing where to go, she just kept walking until she found that uncompleted building and started staying there. So to corroborate the story, the landlord said, okay, come with me, let us go to your grandmother's place. And before they got there, the young lady there was a man they met on the road who happened to know the young lady. And he asked the young lady, where have you been? We've not seen you for some days. And the landlord asked, so you know her? She said, yes. He said, yes. And then both of them, that's the three of them, went back to the grandmother's home. But they told the lady to, stay somewhere, first of all, let them enter and see the grandmother. So immediately they went into the grandmother and they mentioned that, oh, we are here because of so person. Immediately the grandmother fled up and said, oh, she has gone to start reporting me up and down. No, that girl cannot stay with me. The mother came and abandoned her here with me, blah, 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 blah. And, it was an embarrassing situation. And the landlord and the young man had to leave. And, they had to carry the lady out. So apparently the case got to police station, and neighbors reported the grandmother of the maltreatment that she was giving to the young lady, so that one day they will not get on my head that that young lady has died, and let it not be that nobody did anything about it. They reported the case to the police station, and they tried to take I think at some point the police station handed the girl over to somebody who worked in the police station to stay with. So I think the girl left the house to go see somebody else without telling the woman. And when she came back, the woman just said, you know what, I can't deal with this. It's police that brought you and me together. If something going to happen to you now, me, I don't know where to go and hide my face, because police issue, I don't want please, jejely leave my house. And I think that's how that lady, the young lady, left the house, not knowing where to go to, and then she went to the uncompleted building, and that was how the landlord got to find her. So now, Mrs. Oboli is just asking, what's the next? What should happen next, or what she should do next? Because at the end of the day, they are the ones feeding the young lady right now, the landlord and herself, giving the young lady food and maybe some clothing, but she can't remain there forever. She can't keep staying there. So what's the next course of action? And let's not forget that the mother right now cannot even be contacted because the grandmother has refused to give the number of, the mother to even be contacted. The father has long gotten married, and the mother right now, I'm not sure if Mr. Lee said the mother is now married. I'm not really sure, but the mother has not been able. In fact, she has not maybe come to see this girl since she kept her with her because I think she said the new man she married also does not want anything to do with this young girl, so she came to dump her with the grandmother, and the grandmother is not finding things funny. So now there's no way to reach the mother, and there's no way to even reach the father. And now the grandmother is maltreating this young lady, and the young lady has ended up in an uncompleted building. So, what are we going to advise Mrs. Oboli to do? How do we move on from this? So, if you're listening and you know a way forward, please do well to get in touch with us, or get in touch with us. If you want to speak to Mrs. Oboli directly, maybe for a way forward, please get in touch with us. Send us messages, and we will definitely link you up with Mrs. Oboli. I even asked Mrs. Oboli if maybe there was an orphanage home around that she could maybe just take the young lady to connect them and let her just have a safe place to actually, be. But unfortunately, there's none around. So yeah, let's start with you, and then we get to hear from Ibinabo. If you can't exhaust it today, tomorrow morning we'll pick it up from here. Please go ahead, Buki.
Okay, yes. So I had to quickly jump in because I don't know how they treated the case. I don't know how they treated the case at the police station before, but I am a prison minister, and we also go to the juvenile section. We have this juvenile, that can take in our age at Diaraba. They have a center there. It's not just the children they find on the streets, but children that have issues like this. So I would expect the police station, except maybe because it's in Ogun State. If it's in Lagos State, I would have expected the police people.
No, I think this happened in Ikorodu.
Then if it's in Ikorodu, the police station, they have every right. They know what to do, except maybe they don't want to do it. I stand to be corrected. In such a case, they have found out, the police people have gone to investigate that the grandmother does not want this person. The first thing, because of that age, the children are protected by the government. So that is why the government has that center, right? Is in Idiaraba. The one in Ikorodu is for rehabilitation purposes. The one in Idiaraba is the one where the girl will be at least up to the age of 18. Between the time she gets in there and the time they are supposed to leave that place, she will have gotten, a skill, whatever, and all that, and then a little bit of rehabilitation in terms of mind reformation and healing and all that, because that is what, people do in there, including prison ministry where I come from. So I will expect them to do that. They will process it so that she stays there. Then whatever they want to help in terms of clothing, because they also need support. The government does, but it's not everything that the government will do, form of support, and then they can actually put her there. So she'll be staying there, and then they will now contribute money if they want to, for her upkeep and then for training. I'm not saying the government does not do what they need to do. They do it fantastic well, but there are times they need support and all that, and it's fine. You understand? Yeah. Then while they are doing this, because now it's with the government, while they are doing this, they will now trace, because now they will now work with social Ministry of Social Welfare or whatever. They will now work with that granny. Yes, granny, we know you don't want, but where is the mother and where is the father? They have to come to that table. Somebody has to be in charge, of that, either the mother or the father. Even if they don't want that child to stay with them, we can understand. Then they can have an arrangement in that center, and then by the age of 18, she becomes an adult. Then she leaves. She already has something to do because they will train her. You understand? Then people will also support in terms of reintegrating her. That's the way to go. So I believe that they should go back to that and say, look, we understand there is a home that you people are supposed to process. Let her, it is the government that will process it for her to go into that home, because they will not just take in somebody like that. Come from the police station and then the Ministry of Social Welfare. Those are the two people that they need to get in touch with now. Thank you. Because if anything happens, they will say, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this?
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Thank you very much, Buki. Ibinabo, let's hear 1 or 2 words from you before we go, and then if there's need, we'll pick it up from here tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you. It's a very the story is very disturbing. I just want to say that you see, as mothers, you don't retire from motherhood until your last breath is taken.
Yeah.
So that grandmother, I know that this girl may not be an easy child. You understand? Maybe she's the type that will go out without telling the grandma and all of that. So much for scolding and quarreling and everything, and the mother and grandmother got tired and all of that. But you see, your own are your own.
Yes, now your blood.
Because this is what some parents or grandparents put their children or grandchildren through. And these children will hit the street. Some of them eventually turn out good. Some of them end up being drug addicts and all what not. So please, 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 and please, if you are listening out there and you have children who are giving you so much headache, rather than pushing them to the streets, try to get advice from people, try to get help. I mean, do something, because for the grandma to have taken care of her till that age, maybe the girl herself is very problematic. Maybe doesn't know how to take to instruction, because there are children like that.
Yes.
Whatever it is, my advice is, let us make sure that we have exhausted every avenue. Every avenue. She's underaged.
Yeah.
She was 18 and above. It's a different story. She is underaged. So pushing an underage child to the street is not the best. It's not the best. Because I've had stories of how a young man was pushed to the street. This young man joined the gang of robbers and robbers to his father's house to rob.
Wow.
And because of that terrible action, his mother was killed in cold blood. They didn't see it. They were all they all covered their faces. But I mean, look at what happened. Eventually, I think he got born again and he had to confess all that he had done. So as parents, as grandparents, it's not easy. It's not an easy journey, but God will help us. God will help us.
All right, thank you very much, Ibinabo, and that's much we can take today. Maybe tomorrow, Mr. Bully can call in, and then we'll just wrap up on this case. And she gets to hear from you too if you have anything that you would want her to do. Thank you so much, Buki, for giving us a pathway. Thank you, Ibinabo, too, for also lending your voice to this. All right, so join us again tomorrow. God willing, we'll be back here to take on the program Lens. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. Please, we have a WFM survey that we're carrying out to make things better for you, to make your experience better for you with Women Radio. So please do well to fill the survey. If you haven't gotten it yet, send us a message on WhatsApp. Just say hi on WhatsApp and we'll send you the survey. And who knows, you might just have good days while doing that. All right, do want to stay tuned to Women Radio WFM 91.7. Good morning.
Women Radio 91.7, breaking the culture of silence.
To sponsor this program, call the number 0816 480 7613.
Something big has landed and it's raining Naira. Better play, better chance. 200k is yours if only you try your luck. Better play, better chance. 3 times daily, your dreams can come true.
Oh yes,
With just 500 naira, you could win up to 200,000 naira every single day. Join the Better Play Lottery and listen for your name live on radio at 10 a.m.